covered the writing.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah.
We're so gay.
Why?
Because we had our red shirts on yesterday, and now both of us have Billy Joel related shirts on.
Oh, we are.
Didn't even realize that until now.
That's bad. My genius son just is texting me because he has picture day today, and he wore a green shirt for the green screen.
I love that floral design. It'll just look like a head. That is so awesome.
I know.
I can't wait to see these pictures. Hi, everybody. It is Friday. Yay!
Yay! The 2nd.
October 20.
October 2nd.
Hi, everybody. It's
Hi.
October 2nd.
Yeah.
It's Friday. Welcome to the Knockem Comedy Radio Show right here on govsradio.com, coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club right here in Levittown.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
Govsradio.com is the website. Govs Comedy Club Radio is the there you go. Is the Facebook
now I'm
page.
not doing
Well,
it.
I was waiting. I'm sitting there wondering, like, why is she not sharing?
2 minutes without being a dick.
I wasn't being a dick. I didn't say anything. I just said I was wondering why you weren't
And then
sharing.
the condescending
Oh,
comment
there you
had
go.
to
I was joking. Stop
There
it.
you go.
Lighten up, Francis. Govs Comedy Club Radio is
Fucking
the,
dick.
is the Facebook page.
Fucking day of my life.
Govs Radio. Govs Comedy Club Radio is the YouTube channel. And of course, if you'd like to watch on your TV, you can, on your smart TV, on your Apple TV, on your Roku, on your Fire Stick, and all that smart things, you can download an app called Boxcast, and you can watch us on your TV. As our good friends Dr. Ken Pichelle and Dr. Don Sill say, we on TV, y'all! I suck at that. They're so much better at it. Thanks for joining us today. Please like and share our show. We appreciate the support. Just hit that like, hit the hearts, hit the share, and share it to every single page you can find. Share it on just any page, every page.
Yeah, and please do, because it's not letting me share again.
Oh, boy.
There was like a week and a half of sheer bliss and happiness.
The Knockem Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body, who has been the leader in auto bodies repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island for over 25 years. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Two Eagles Auto Body handles foreign and domestic automobiles as well, and motorcycles, using such techniques as state-of-the-art paint spray booths and computer color matching. In the event of an accident, Two Eagles Auto Body has their own tow trucks and will walk you through the process from start to finish. From tow through insurance process to return of your vehicle, we are with you. So please call Two Eagles Auto Body at 516-328-2527, located in New Hyde Park, Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body. Ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Comedy Radio Show, also brought to you by Roslyn Social, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. They're open for takeout, curbside pickup, delivery. Their rooftop lounge is open, and they're on your favorite food service apps. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Their famous cocktails and desserts are available to go as well. Thank you. From Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge. Please check out their to-go curbside menu. Bella Vista Pizza.
Bella Vista Pizza. I'm going to share it off of your page, but it's going to suck. I'm sad.
Bella Vista Pizza, 154 Minetto Hill Road in Plainview. Plainview is almost right smack in the middle of Long Island. They're just a mile south of the Long Island Expressway. So it's conveniently located. It is the best pizza you'll ever have in your life. Great service. Great guys. Tell George and the gang over there that Knockem Comedy sent you. You'll get a free garlic knot. 154 Minetto Hill Road in Plainview, 516-433-4464. Bella Vista Pizza, 516-433-4464. And of course, Gina Congemi, Coffin, licensed real estate broker with Premier Signature Properties.
Junior's my favorite real estate agent I've ever had. I love you, Junior.
Signature Premier Properties, Gina Congemi Coffin. licensed real estate broker. 631-495-7696. 631-495-7696. Gina sold my house for me. Gina will get the job done. Looking for a house, selling a house, all that good stuff. Gina will take good care of you. She will work so hard for you and get your house taken care of so fast it'll make your
head spin.
There you go. Gina Conjemi Coffin. 631-495-7696. And of course, teespring.com, ladies and gentlemen. Go to teespring.com. Scroll down to the search bar, type in Govs Radio, and that'll bring you into our store where you can purchase t-shirts, mugs, and more for every show on our station. That's right, all the great shows here at govsradio.com. You can get the Govs Radio logo on your swag. You can get your favorite show's logo. You can get both, whatever you want. T-shirts, mugs, face masks, hats, you name it. Go to Govs Radio's page on teespring.com, and get you some Govs Radio swag. And take a picture of yourself with the Govs Radio swag and send it to us on Facebook, and you can get yourself a free pass to any of the 3 Governors Comedy Clubs. 5 great stages, 3 great clubs, 5 great stages, all great shows. Get yourself a free pass. So please go to teespring.com. We appreciate all the support, of course. And go to govs.com. That's the club. So that way you can keep tabs on what's happening. And what happened?
I just figured if I shut it off and turn it back on, maybe I'd be able to share it. I don't know why.
Go to govs.com and you can find out what's happening here at Govs and when the club is opening, what's happening, and see the schedule, all that good stuff, and get on their mailing list where you can get exclusive, like getting on their mailing list and getting some more free admission and exclusive information. So govsradio.com, govs.com, teespring.com, knockemdeadcomedy.com to check out what we're up to with our live performances, our murder mysteries, and our game shows. So we appreciate all the support. Last but not least, don't forget Best of Long Island.
Remind them at the end.
Well, I will.
Okay.
We gave you all the names yesterday of who to vote for. I actually just posted it on my personal wall this morning. We're very excited to be nominated here for Best Radio Station. Some of our shows have been nominated for Best Podcast, Jam, and Limo Talk. So we appreciate the support there as well. It takes 5 minutes to vote. Once a day through December 15th. And there we go. Can you share?
Nope.
Oh boy.
But just to catch you up, and then I will do that. Your mommy's watching, Nikki's watching. Carla Okeson said, if you guys are here, who's minding the farm? And then Greg DiFilippo said hello. Carla Okeson is also a little excited about
Yes, she is. About my penis.
Yeah, I don't see it anymore.
Penis.
She was saying, your penis is nowhere to be seen. Greg DiFilippo's watching.
So you don't know what Carla's excited about.
Carla said, can you get to the good stuff already? Thank you, Carla.
So what do you suggest? And we have to do ads. What do you suggest?
I don't know.
Right.
She said she's a little excited about Trump.
Oh.
And pop champagne. And here's the thing, I know, I've seen, so many things on Facebook, people are like, hallelujah, or, oh my God, people are, wishing ill for the president, everything in the middle. And I wouldn't, some people oh, I hope someone gets killed or something, that's awful. But at the same time, he, makes fun of people protecting themselves and their loved ones, so, I don't know, I just feel like karma. He made fun of Biden and his wife. Oh, look at them! They're always wearing masks. Oh, okay.
All right, but
that's what we do when we care about people we're around.
All right, so hopefully this isn't really a political thing. We try to stay away from that.
It's not a political thing. It's a human thing.
Right, but
if my child was like that, I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
But are you wishing him? But you're not wishing him death.
I just think it's sometimes it's you were watching. Okay, I was thinking about this. You just randomly today were watching some funny video of this guy. He was so angry and so mad, and he picks up this bat and he hits his car Like, that's how angry he is. And then the bat jumps off and slams him in the head. Like, it's kind of like that. Like, if you act inappropriately, you know, this is what happens. So, I don't know. I don't want to be political ever. I just, like I said, it's not a political thing. It's more the mom in me. It's more the, don't make fun of someone else who's trying to keep other people safe. Like, it's not like he doesn't have, like, science at his fingertips of people to give him good advice. So it's like, how many people did he make ill because of his advice to others that were things that scientists were saying, please don't say that. Just like, I feel like a mom. I feel like, psst, don't say that because you're going to hurt people.
All right, but now, to be fair, Fauci has come out and said that Trump and his establishment have done a super job handling this crisis.
You heard him say that?
No.
Yeah.
But I saw the report that said that he said that.
Oh, well, I think that he had struggled day in and day out with saying, please wear a mask, the things that are good. Like Fauci has said, above the vaccine, the thing that is really going to keep people safe are the masks. So please do that. Like, I've seen that like every other day, so I don't know. Carla goes, come to the dark side, we have cookies.
It's it's a weird thing, and I don't like getting political here, but
I don't either.
I don't know. Maybe it was, I don't know if I grew up this way or it's just the environment around me. It's just to wish a president ill.
No, I don't. I don't wish it.
I'm not saying you,
I'm just
but
like, oh yeah, well, this is what I feel like this is what happens when you don't do what you're supposed to do. That's how I feel.
But I'm not saying you.
Oh, okay.
Like you pointed out that some people are on Facebook saying, glad he's sick. Which, by the way, we don't even know he's sick. Just because he tested positive doesn't mean he's sick. But it.
Yeah.
But it is. And I'll tell you flat out, I didn't vote for the man, but I still I struggle with, is it okay to wish our president ill will? Is it right to be happy that he could be sick? I don't know. I mean, I remember in fact, I think wasn't it Eric who went to see Bill O'Reilly once? And this is when Obama was president, and Bill O'Reilly mentioned Obama, and some of the place booed. And Bill O'Reilly kind of scolded the audience and said, no, that's your president you're booing. You shouldn't do that. And that's, I don't know, that's kind of where I come from. I didn't vote for President Trump, but he is our president. And yeah, I don't know, I don't know, maybe I just sound old. I don't know, but I do feel like you're supposed to respect the office.
I do respect the office. I'm just saying this one individual.
Again, I'm not talking about you.
Other people sick.
I'm not talking about you.
All right. Okay. All right.
Oh, now it's okay.
Not really. You're gonna have to share later, I think.
Oh, come on now.
I've gotten a lot, but I can't go through
Give me.
I did Sherry's scene.
You did that one?
Yeah.
You did that one?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You did that one? You did that one? What the?
All right. What?
I'll do it.
You have to do it right now.
I was hoping.
Then I'll do it. If that's the case, then I'll do it.
All right.
Share our page today. I'm really screwed.
You know what I will talk about, and it's not really political, but I am mad. I'm a little mad at our government. We have a friend that's going through a lawsuit, and this friend was told if they wanted to appeal something, it costs $15,000 to appeal. You always see that on TV. You lose the case or you just appeal it. Well, but they don't. That's not the reality, man. They don't tell you it's $15,000 to appeal something. Legal fees and all this garbage. And I was fighting with Social Security because, as some of you know, I have an autistic daughter, and I'm her guardian. So I was, so last summer, not summer of 2020, 2019, she somehow lost her Medicare. I took her to the eye doctor. She wears glasses, and it turns out the visit wasn't covered. She didn't have, and I found out that she wasn't covered. And I said, well, Medicare. I said, how did this happen? Social Security, Medicare. I said, why is she not covered? Oh, well, you sent us a form stating that you don't need Medicare coverage anymore for her. I said, well, I did no such thing. And they said, well, we have a piece of paper signed saying that she doesn't need it. I said, I never signed such a thing. They said, yes, you did. We have it. I said, I'd like to see it. I never got it. I called them again and said, I'd like to see it. I never got it.
This is so true.
So then
it's crazy.
So then I said to them on the phone, I said, how about you just at least tell me who signed it? Because I thought, maybe, I didn't know if I made some mistake and signed the wrong paper.
Like
or maybe
John Smith.
Or maybe her mother signed it, or maybe they got me completely mixed up with somebody else. Which has happened to me. I have a common name, Anthony Walker. Joe Smith is probably, one of the few other more common names. And I've been confused with Anthony Walkers in the past, other Anthony Walkers. There's an Anthony Walker in Hempstead that I've been confused with my whole life. So I said, I'd like to see this piece of paper. They wouldn't give it to me. So I said, all right, can you at least tell me who signed it? We can't read the name. I said, all right, you guys are just going too far here. So,
because his signature, I look like my handwriting's awful. My handwriting is like a fourth grade boy. Really, it's bad. But
not a fourth grade girl.
No, because fourth grade girls have their cursive down, and I can write in cursive. I just write very plain and sloppy, and you have girly handwriting. It's very nice. Yeah, you had very nice cursive. And I've seen your signature. You would never. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
So then my daughter ended up having an issue last summer that needed some medical attention. So none of this was covered. So I was fighting with them. I got her reinstated, but it was after she had some medical issues. So I said, hey, I'm paying all this money. Can you guys retro me back, to when she got cut off to when she got picked up again? Can you connect the two and pay the medical bills? And they said no. So I appealed it.
And how often does your daughter go to the doctor or the hospital for anything other than checkups? Right. Never.
So I appealed
it.
Now, this was not an appeal that requires lawyers and $15,000, thank goodness. This was just, a decision that gets appealed within the Social Security. So this morning was the hearing for the appeal. And it was by phone. And we reached a judge. Some judge in Florida was handling the case. This is Social Security. For some reason, a Florida judge is handling this case. So I get on the phone with this judge this morning. Hi, how are you? Is this Anthony? Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Where you calling from, Anthony? Well, I'm on Long Island. Well, I'm down here near Miami, and we haven't really gone out much because of COVID. 10 minutes later, all right, well, I'd like to get started now. Thank goodness. Okay.
We thought he was just killing time because he just wasn't quite set up yet.
So after 10 minutes, we finally discuss the case. And he starts going over my daughter's Social Security benefits.
For 3 minutes only.
Yeah. And I explained to him, what the deal is and what happened, what I just explained to you. His response, well, let me tell you about how, first he says, I used to have relatives in Shirley, New York. Is that near you? Yes, sir. It's about 30, 40 minutes east of me.
Well, first he said, he goes, yeah, I'm trying to figure out why this happened. It must be really frustrating because why would anyone take the time to sign a form that they don't want benefits that they receive? And And he said, so it was really confusing to me why you would do that. And they didn't send you a picture of your signature? And Tony said, no. And he's like, yeah, I found that really interesting. And then he said, oh, where are you on Long Island? And then he starts talking about this.
What you just left out was he said he has it, and he agrees that the signature is not legible.
Right.
So with that, all of a sudden he starts talking about Shirley, New York. I tell him it's not too far from here. He then starts going into his family history of his family that lived in Shirley, New York, and then from there he went to his family and his father and growing up as a little kid in Atlanta. His college days, becoming a judge. He told me that he's divorced. He started talking about his kids, his daughter who recently had her own kid, and
there were a couple of dog stories in there.
Yep.
Oh, and how he has difficulty with computers, and his ex-wife was always really good at that.
Yep. 20 minutes later.
20 minutes.
20 minutes from the point where he started talking about Shirley. So we're on the phone for 25 minutes at this point.
Tony
30
doesn't
minutes.
you don't even say anything like, oh, wow, oh, hey, me too, or there's no going back and forth.
I just muted the phone and we sat here, and Sallie was there and we just sat there looking at each other.
We were working on other things and getting ready for the show.
We just couldn't believe it.
It was like, I don't know, it was like Andy Griffith just sitting back and talking forever for no reason.
So at the 30-minute mark, almost exactly, at the 30-minute mark, he goes, and it was almost one sentence.
Can I play some examples?
Sure.
All right, ready? This is crazy.
I don't know if you'll understand it.
Yeah,
It might be tough.
I just taped like maybe a minute just for fun because we couldn't believe it, just to laugh later. Oh, I wonder why it's not working. Oh.
I had a young daughter, and my wife had a very good job.
This is a joke.
She has her master's degree in computer engineering, and so we decided to, stay in Atlanta where she remains. And since then, I've been a judge with Social Security and Medicare in about 4 or 5 different states, and so I've made the rounds. I'm no longer married to my ex. The only regret I have in that is I'm very close to my daughter still. The only regret I have in that is that when computers came out, and were becoming popular, they looked an awful lot different back then,
Yeah, bigger.
I said, I really don't need to learn this because, my wife, that was her thing. I mean, she was an expert in it, and as a computer engineer, she programs the hardware.
Oh.
The hardware acceptable to the software in the computer, and now I would know nothing about that.
All right, well, in case, I don't know if you guys were able to hear that or not, but he was, basically telling us, that part of the recording was telling us what his daughter went to school for and computer programming, and started talking about how computers were different than they are now when his daughter went to school, and then he went on to talk about how he's not married to his wife anymore, which I'm surprised he knows. I figured he'd be talking so much that he wouldn't even realize that she left.
Yeah, and yeah.
But, so
and
then...
his uncle who had the dog, that he was just a one-man dog.
And then at the 30-minute mark, I actually said to Sallie at around 30 minutes, I said...
You nailed it.
I said, I get the feeling this guy has to be on the phone for 30 minutes to get paid. He's probably retired. He sounded kind of older. He was talking about how computers were different when his kids were in school, so... It's got to be a long time since his kids were in school, so he's probably old.
Which has so much to do with a young woman with autism who has a medical bill that needs to be covered.
Right.
Yeah.
So right at the 30-minute mark, it's almost one sentence. He's like, I'm not married to her anymore, but she's still a good woman. By the way, I'm not going to go forward with your case. I'm going to deny it. We're like, oh, he was back to the case. Okay.
Yeah.
And he gives us this 3-minute spiel on how if I want to go further, I'd have to take legal action, and but lawyers are a lot more money than what you're even fighting for here.
And that must be frustrating.
And that must be very frustrating, which I understand, because I don't understand how you would have agreed for her to not have coverage anymore. But so I understand it, but I'm going to deny it. And he never even gave a reason why he was denying it.
He said that it wasn't something that his office had the ability to do, and that you should just get lawyers.
And then he said, at that point, he goes, all right, at this point, we're going to stop the recording of this hearing, and then he was gone.
And then Tony gone. Politely waited, because it said, now your recording is stopped. Like it was
a recording that came on that said that, yeah.
And then Tony was like, okay, hello, to say goodbye, and the guy was already gone.
He was gone. I do believe our system is broken. There's no, this is our government looking out for us. These are the people that we elect. These are our tax dollars. And we're things like Social Security, people who really need it get screwed constantly. I'm at the Social Security office several times a year because they mess up my daughter's coverage somehow. And they and they screw you up. They don't, they know that you have to take time off your job or time from your busy life to sit there, and they make you wait for hours. And I mean hours.
Yeah, like if anyone complains about waiting at a doctor's office for 45 minutes, you had no idea how long. He'll get there at 8 o'clock, and if you get in before 11:30, it's a good day.
Yeah, I don't know about anywhere else, but here on Long Island, most of the offices close at like noon on Wednesdays, but they don't turn anybody away. So if you're there, they have to see you. And that's usually the best day to go, because they move a little quicker because they want to get out of there early.
Yeah, and how sad that you have to know that.
Well, right. But getting through it quicker doesn't necessarily mean they're going to resolve anything either.
DiFilippo said he feels your pain. He has similar issues with his son.
Yeah, I know he does. Yeah, and it sucks, Greg.
Oh, hey, Nigel said that if she needs vision care, you were just talking about that, contact him later.
Oh.
That's right. Good.
Nigel, one of the people nominated twice in the Best of Long Island. Yep. Congratulations, pal. We did mention it yesterday. Best comedian and best podcast. So good luck to him.
Did I talk about the bus pass thing yet?
You have not. We're going to complain about everybody.
Yeah, we're going to complain about government today, because we're
going after government and the church today. And schools.
All right.
Yeah, buckle up, man. Here we come.
All right, I've had it because so Kevin's in high school now. We just started high school, and I'm like, hey buddy, where's your bus pass? Because I know I'm like a mile and a half from the school. You have to be a mile and a half from the school to get a bus pass. Like it's like 2 miles if you're in middle school. It's 3 miles away. You get it if you're shorter if you're in elementary school. But to get a bus pass for the high school, it's a mile and a half. And so I just figured he would get it, because if you go on like any type of GPS, any type of Google Maps, MapQuest, Rand McNally, any type of anything, you plugged in the address from the school to my house, it's a mile and a half. Everyone. So I was like, all right, what's the deal? So I called them, and they said, no, I'm like another 300 feet away. And it just isn't true. Math is math. Whatever car I use, it comes out to be the same mile and a half. And then they're like, well, we do it to the flagpole. And I'm like, so I've been writing letters back and forth, and it's really frustrating. I actually weighed Kevin's backpack today. Kevin has to carry, he's in all nerdy AP classes, and he's in orchestra. So his backpack is 17 pounds. And they expect him to walk to school. So yeah, so now I'm going at it, because I just got another call saying, yeah, we just measured it again, and it was 1.4 9-7 away.
Unbelievable.
And what's even a bigger slap in the face is just as we get back to the house, we watch the bus that goes past our house on the way back to the school drive past. And we're like, bye. Not even used bus because it's too germy. Most people don't even have their kids on the bus. Like, and I don't even care right now because I don't know that I would put kids on the bus. Maybe I would. I don't know. You know, if Kevin's an adult, he could, you know, wear gloves and a mask. I don't think he's going to go licking seats or anything. But like for the next few years, like I'm going to have to like drive him to school and pick him up every day. And we're 1.5. Like I even said to the superintendent, I'm like, there's no way we're not in the 1.5. I don't know what machine you're using, but it is 1.5. So I said, I'm not complaining. I'm not like a mile away. I'm a mile and a half.
And it doesn't sound like a big deal, you know, 1.5. You know, it's not, you know, for driving, it's not far. But you know, when Sallie works a few jobs. She's a single mother. You know, she has to plan this in her schedule twice a day. You know,
Yeah.
and it takes, you know, 10 minutes if he's ready when she get, you know, to get there and back. But it is a pain to twice a day have to stop what you're doing and make sure that you're around and, you know, to take care of that. So it is a pain.
And we see the bus stop, right? Like
From
out
your
of our
house.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
Andrew Fremner points out in this day of political correctness how crazy things have gotten. That people like Dick Van Dyke now has to change his name to Penis Truck Lesbian. Andrew, I think that might be your funniest thing that you've said yet. Andy Plajanos, he's saying it took a lot of waiting, a lot of driving, and a congressman to fix his issue. Social Security messed up his birthday.
oh no,
When they entered his information, and I mean, I can imagine what
that
must have been awful.
Yeah.
Awful trying to fix that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, and so like I've done other things. Like I actually went in front of the Board of Education. I figured, well, maybe I'll just like, you know, bring up the case to them, saying, you know, you don't have to change the bus stop. You don't have to just let him on.
Right, you're not asking for a favor. You're within the guidelines.
I'm within 1.5 miles, and he's a good kid, and you know, I'm just like, ugh.
Hello, Taz.
So so I was like, all right, I'll go to the Board of Education and just like, you know, I had like everything printed out, like pictures of Google, pictures of, you know, every other GPS that would like say 1.5. So they streamed the Board of Education. So I'm like, all right, great. So, and they said, but you could write in your questions. So I write in my question. I wait the hour of them to blab through other stuff, and they're like, all right, now we have questions from the parents or whatever, and then they say my name, and then they start reading it, and then they're like, oh no, we don't talk about children and bus passes at the Board of Education. I'm like, what? Where would you then? Like, so I don't know. I'm just like really mad.
Yeah, Massapequa.
Yeah.
Jeff Bosey has a good suggestion.
What?
You can Forrest Gump mother the principal to get him on the bus.
What does she say? Your education is mighty important to your mother.
So we're attacking the government today. We're attacking Massapequa School District. Now we're attacking the Catholic Church.
Why? What's going on with them?
The diocese here on Long Island, Nassau County, it's called the Diocese of Rockville Center. That's a town here in Nassau County. That's basically the headquarters of the Catholic Church.
Oh, is it?
Well, on Long Island.
Okay. Well, yeah, I didn't think it was the Vatican.
They filed for bankruptcy because of the more than 200 lawsuits it is facing from sexual abuse survivors. The diocese said the filing should not affect parishes or Catholic schools. This decision was not made lightly, but with the passage of the Child Victims Act, the failure of the diocese's insurers to honor their contractual obligations, and the number of suits filed to date, it has become clear the diocese will not be able to continue its spiritual, charitable, and educational missions while shouldering the increasingly heavy burden of litigation expenses associated with these cases.
Right.
Again,
Well,
Not-
have they tried, like, contacting the Vatican and just asking for a gold bar?
right, because they have plenty of those. And of course, I love the statement,
Like it's the kid's fault.
Right, because of the passage of the Child Victims Act. That the Child Victims Act was passed. It basically states the statute of limitations.
Yeah, that they can. Yeah, because they
It's
didn't
kind
want
of
to
been
say
lifted.
anything when they were 8 years old.
Right. So,
You know?
so if you were attacked 50 years ago, you can come forward and not worry about a statute of limitations. So I love how the church is blaming it on that.
Right.
They're not saying, yeah, we really screwed. There shouldn't even be litigation.
Right.
Really, they
Why are you
screwed
fighting
up.
it? Just help these people.
Right. They even tried to stop this act from being passed. So that didn't work.
I'm so mad.
So let's just file for bankruptcy, which is so obvious. They're so obviously broke that
Yeah, where will they find the money?
right. So it's not bad enough that this happened to you when you were a child, where now you have to you put yourself out there, relive the whole experience, and maybe you'll get $1,000 for your suffering.
I'm so mad.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Yeah. This is why I walked away from the Catholic Church a long time ago. It's if you grow up in a strict Catholic household, or even around a Catholic church, maybe you went to school, maybe you went to a Catholic school. I don't know about now, to be honest with you, but when I was a kid and prior, the priests and even popes, they're treated like they're Jesus.
They were Elvis.
They can do no wrong, and you kissed up to them, So
You did kiss up to them?
No, I walked away. Fortunately, I walked away from
Did
kissing
you
up.
get $1,000?
No, I did not. I got nothing. Well, but nothing happened to me, But it was a big deal, to go against a priest if you were involved in the church. So a lot of people didn't stand up. A lot of people weren't
It
believed.
wasn't even the people. It was the other priests. It was the priests who were in charge of the priests. That's where the problem.
The bishops, they covered it up.
Yeah, they covered it up.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the victims. What it means to them to step up. It was a big deal. Or the priests themselves, or somebody saying to them either they didn't believe it, or they would just say to them, don't say anything. You can't say anything. It's a big deal. I felt horrible for a long time. I had a priest corner me. He was trying to make the moves. I had to physically push him out of the way. And I grew up in a very strict Catholic household. We had the Virgin Mary statue in the house. We had the Virgin Mary statue on the front lawn. We said the rosary almost daily. If there was a storm outside, it was a definite, we're doing that rosary. Turn the TV off. Priests used to come over the house and and hang out and visit with my grandmother. To push a priest away, I felt like I did something wrong for years. And again, that's all that happened to me.
Yeah, but that
I was
priest,
fortunate to get away. Right. There, think about the victims that were touched and messed with. That priest I pushed away.
Yeah.
It came out years later. Newsday, local paper here, newspaper. They had a full page article on this man and all the victims and people that he damaged from the mid 60s until the early 90s. The mid 60s. So you're talking almost 30 years of touching boys and messing them up.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a
and the
lot.
Catholic Church knew all about it. They kept moving this man from town to town in hopes that this stuff wouldn't get out while they're in the last town shutting the victims up. They eventually moved this priest to Florida because they basically had nowhere else to send him here on Long Island. Because because if they anywhere else they had to send him to would have been a neighboring town of where he was already moved from. So they ran out, and then they send him to Florida, where he ends up getting arrested because he was jerking off in a park. Yeah, and he passed away 3 or 4 years ago, which is a shame. I wish I saw him again. So yeah, I feel really bad for the Catholic Church that they have to declare bankruptcy.
Yeah, poor them.
Years ago, probably about 20 years ago, we were running new phone lines into the Diocese of Rockville Center, and we were actually in the bishop's living quarters.
Can imagine what that was like.
His name, I forget his first name, but Murphy was his last name.
And he was a bishop?
Bishop,
Yeah.
This man, and the reason we were redoing the phone wires was because they're renovating the building. They're renovating the building because the bishop decided he wanted bigger living quarters.
Yeah.
And he moved a group of nuns into a new living quarters, which was about half the size of what they had. And the reason he did that is because he was expanding his living quarters. He was basically taking over that area the nuns are in. So I was in his kitchen.
I'm so mad.
And I'm walking around his kitchen, and first off, he had 2 ovens. And then his refrigerator, he had one of those big, giant, solid steel refrigerators. It was huge. And each shelf had its own temperature setting. Each shelf. Maybe they could sell that and maybe just give one of the victims a refrigerator.
Right, maybe you can get a free refrigerator for being molested by a priest. That'd be good.
That's worth it.
Yeah.
Yep. And then they blame COVID too, of course, like everybody's doing now. They said our 40% of our money comes from our masses, where people don't put the money in the basket. So because of COVID, we haven't had services, so we're not getting as much money.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going after everybody today.
Yeah. No, it must, that maybe he lost his, second stove, and only has to cook for one, because they can't even get married, right? So they don't even have families. So
right, that's what I'm saying. It's
him alone
one
with
guy.
his 2 stove and a refrigerator that the greatest restaurants in the world would love to have.
Rob Leonard is watching. Hello, Rob Leonard.
Ridiculous.
Captain Jack is watching.
Hey, Cap.
Let's see what Captain Jack went to Paris for his birthday. Wow.
Did he really?
That's what it says.
Nice. That's cool. That's right. He's a Libra.
Tommy Michael McNulty. It's sacrilege. Are you suggesting we investigate Jesus? No, we're not telling you to investigate. Well, maybe you should investigate Jesus, and your life will be better.
Jesus didn't even want 1 stove.
Joan Kruppe Asher, can you hear the Pope telling his priests that you're cut off for not taking care of this when it happened?
Right.
So figure it out, bank closed. Bankruptcy with all the money in the Vatican. Unbelievable. Right. Greg DiFilippo, I didn't know there was a Paris in New York. Is there a Paris in New York? I think, is there? Isn't there a town called Paris in New York?
Yeah, but I don't think that was his joke.
I Hail Mary anytime I avoid priests and inappropriate touches. Felix, I was a chef at the seminary and knew the bishop of Rockville Center chef. They spend hundreds of thousands on the bishop's kitchen. Yeah, probably about 20 years ago, right, Felix? Actually, even more than that. It was probably around 95, 96.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, I'm telling you, I believe it. Because, like I said, I was walking through his apartment. It was like a suite. We couldn't believe it. Felix went to an all boys Catholic boarding school. Some of my friends are coming out now about being molested. It's heart wrenching. But you, Felix, luckily nothing happened to you. Andy Plajanos, the group home I lived in was run by a Catholic priest. It wasn't directly affiliated and not funded by the church. And then that's it. So, Andy, did you stop mid-sentence? I hope you didn't fall
I
down.
lived in was run by the by a Catholic priest. It wasn't directly affiliated.
Not funded by the church.
All right. Well, it was probably funded by the county. But yeah, that's something.
All right. Who are we not attacking today?
We're attacking Subway.
Oh, go ahead. Talk about that.
I was reading in Ireland, the High Court in Ireland ruled that Subway sandwiches can no longer call themselves a sandwich.
A what?
A sandwich.
Oh.
Oh, are you ready to make fun of me?
I thought you said sandwich.
The reason why he said, I didn't know there was a Paris in New York is because you didn't say parish.
Oh, was that the joke?
Yeah.
Oh.
The bread used in Subway sandwiches has so much sugar in it that Ireland ruled it a pastry. Like, I guess, like flour and like, well, and it is true. Like when people from other countries come and visit us, they're like, your bread tastes like cake, you know. And we use like, you know, like potato bread or something like that, or like even like our whole wheat tastes like cake to them. So yeah, so they have to call Subway Subway pastries.
Subway pastry. So get yourself a pastry with ham and cheese and whatever else, roast beef.
But Subway is pretty mad because they're like no, we're a staple. I guess they have like a shitload of Subways in Ireland, like over, you know, 100 and something Subways just in Ireland alone. And so they're like, no, we're a staple in your community, and they're like, 10% of your flour is sugar.
So this is just in Ireland. So,
England is getting involved too.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, so it's going to start.
So here in America, there's still a sandwich shop.
Yeah.
But in England and Ireland, they're going to be a pastry
Cake
shop.
and pastries.
I mean, that's probably how Jared lured the little boys over, you know. I got some sugar.
Yeah, I've got some here.
Come give your Jared some sugar.
I've got some pastries for you.
So, Felix has some interesting comments.
Why?
Well, first off, first is a serious comment. Grown men, you know, his classmates in their 60s, crying, etc. They can't share in good memories of our high school. It's really terrible, and I get so angry about it. I was literally crying when my classmates talked about what happened to them. Those molesters are all dead. Same here. I've followed it pretty closely, being that I was almost a victim myself. So, yeah, it's terrible what these poor people went through. But then Felix says, because I asked before if Felix was a victim, and thank God he's not. But he said, no, not me. My dad was in the mob, so all mob kids are safe.
Great. Well, you know, at least the priests have some standards, you know?
James Russell says, hey, Tony and Sally, how are you guys doing? Hello, James Russell. Good to hear from you. We need to catch up. We did mention yesterday that the Huntington Humidor has been nominated for Best Cigar Shop. So we're telling everybody to vote for you, pal. All the best.
Yeah, good luck.
All the best, James. Hope you're well, pal. So, Felix, we got to get Felix in here with Captain Jack.
Kevin, sorry to interrupt, but Kevin said that not to worry, they have a system for the green screen.
Damn it!
Kevin's that's like Kevin. Kevin's like all mad. He's like, I wanted to be a floating head.
God, that would have been hilarious. In case you missed it, we were talking about it earlier. Sally's youngest Kevin. She has an oldest Kevin. Her youngest son, Kevin, today's picture day, and he's wearing a green shirt.
By mistake. And
they have the green screen, so, you know, so they want to change the background. So we were hoping, once we heard this, that it would just be a floating head.
Yeah.
God,
kind of like the hilarious. Jeff Bosey head. I love the Jeff Bosey head on.
You love
Pacific.
Jeff Bosey head? Excuse me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to smell a fedora when I'm down there.
When I'm down there. Oh my God.
Hey, did you hear about Joe Montana?
No. The football player.
Yeah, the legendary football player, San Francisco quarterback.
Niners. Was he on other teams and he's not in the Niners anymore? How old is he? He's got to be like 1,000 years old.
Joe Montana is 64 years old.
Okay.
Him and his wife this past weekend, him and his wife Jennifer were at their home in Malibu Saturday evening when a woman who was not known to the couple entered their house at 5 p.m. last Saturday at 5 p.m. according to a statement from Los Angeles County Sheriff Department. This woman went into their grandson's playpen where this baby, 9-month-old grandchild, the baby was sleeping, and she grabbed the child. Joe Montana and his wife, they walk into this room where the baby's sleeping, and they find this woman holding their grandchild.
Holy
So they're like, what the hell? So they confront her, and she wouldn't give the baby back. So there was a physical altercation. I mean, we're talking...
She's like a runner with the football?
Well, that's the thing. We're talking Joe Montana here, man. Nobody messes with Joe Montana. So they got the...
Like she literally ran with the baby?
I don't know if she ran. But there was some kind of physical altercation. And Joe Montana had an interception. Or there was a fumble of some sort. And he got the baby back. And the woman took off. But then he was able to keep an eye on this woman when police came, so they were able to arrest her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's a crazy story.
Just the thought of that, like and Malibu, it's a pretty expensive place. Like I can't imagine how anyone got into anyone's house.
Oh, but unfortunately, it happens a lot. I mean, remember that actress Rebecca Schaefer? That woman showed up right at her door.
Like now, it's pretty. I mean, because of that, I think it's difficult to get into people's house. Apparently not. I mean,
well, if you
get
remember,
into a baby's room.
Remember what was that? 2 or 3 years before George Harrison passed. Remember, a guy broke into his house, and that's something. There's a video. I don't know if it's on YouTube or not, but there's a video of George's wife talking about it, and it's very scary. She said, they were just in bed. It was the middle of the night, like 2 a.m. or something, maybe 12 a.m. They heard something. They heard the noise of like something breaking. Mm-hmm. And they looked out and they saw this guy in the grass outside.
Wow, I'd be
as he was breaking in. And she said, their son was, I don't know, he was young at the time. And George Harrison's wife's mother was staying there too, so she was worried about her. This guy came at them with a knife. And her and George were, physically fighting this guy. Can you imagine? I mean, you're George Harrison, you're a Beatle.
Yeah.
You have all the adoration that you can ever ask for.
Yeah.
You have all the money you can ever ask for.
Right.
Probably acres and acres of land and security. And this guy still manages to come in and come at you with a knife. And George was stabbed several times.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You never...
No, I didn't hear the story.
Oh, yeah. And
How? Is this before... It was well before he was sick?
No, this is only about 2 or 3 years before he died. He got sick shortly after.
God, what a...
Actually, he might have been sick before. He might have been sick already. I forget now.
Poor guy.
Yeah, so it's scary, and it's amazing that these things happen. But
yeah.
and this one made it into the room. She's holding the kid. That was Raising Arizona. Remember, Nicolas Cage ran into the. I wonder if it was Nicolas Cage that tried to steal the grandkid.
Can't blame Nicolas Cage for. He doesn't like Nicolas Cage as an actor.
Yeah, but he was doing it for Holly Hunter. You got to understand that.
Yeah, she's cool.
She's cool and. She's so damn good looking.
Even today, she's
got that little crooked mouth. She's sexy.
Harley Hunter.
Yeah. We should get her on this show. Think she'd do it?
No.
She should get on Cameo so we can just get a video of her sexy crooked mouth.
I like buying people.
Goes radio, everybody. That was my Holly Hunter impression.
Let's say it again.
This goes radio, everybody.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm glad glad Joe Montana was able to save his grandchild.
That's awful.
Yeah, that's horrible, right?
I just got goosebumps thinking about it. Can you imagine?
Let's see what's cooking here. That's what I was saying before. I want to get Captain Jack in here. Because he was a drug dealer in his day. And
you're going to take drugs now?
Yeah. I want him to come in and we'll all do drugs together on the air.
Okay.
No, DeFilippo handles that on Limo Talk. He smokes weed. I just want to hear stories.
He's homeschooling 2 kids. He can smoke weed.
Good point. Captain Jack was a drug dealer to the stars, man. He worked. He dealt with a lot of major rock stars and celebrities. I would love to hear about that.
He should write a book.
He
I don't
should
know
write
why
a
doesn't he write a book?
But then have Felix next to him, where Felix talks about being, actually, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't get Felix in here because maybe we'll all get killed
Why?
because he's going to talk about the mob. He might, they might have already gotten him.
But that's just it. Like if you can protect your kids from priests by being in the mob, like why wouldn't Felix still be protected?
Because he's talking about it.
Oh, you can't talk about it?
No, you can't talk about it.
Oh.
There is no mob. Oh, look at that. Oh, Andrew Fremder mentioned Nicolas Cage already. Nicolas Cage stealing things makes sense, considering he was in the movie Con Air.
I love that movie. It's really cheesy, but I love it.
Felix says he's got to go, but the Catholic subject really hits home for him, and he would love to do anything to help his friends heal if that's possible. It was like finding out your brother was molested. If they would have only told us back then, we would have done something to help, but unfortunately they knew how to play the victims. And have a good weekend. You too, Felix.
And that's just it. Just the whole manipulation that takes place. Like they know, who's shy or, who's in a situation that won't say anything. Ugh, it's just awful.
Andrew Fremder, are you a comedian? Or do you just, make silly comments here? Because he's saying we should have him on the show too.
I can't wait.
You would have to behave yourself, though, Andrew Fremder. We would have to censor you. Paris is a new strain. What?
New strain of what?
Of COVID, I'm assuming he's talking about.
Really?
Captain Jack, as in the Billy Joel song, because he'll get you high tonight. Yeah, Andrew, it is.
It is.
It is the real Captain Jack, the man that song is written about. He's been in here a couple of times. He's a good friend of ours. He's a good guy. We'd like to get him back, but he doesn't live near us, so we don't get him in here that much. But soon, hopefully when all this stuff is taken care
Yeah,
of.
when people can travel and stuff and not be afraid.
We'll get him back in here to talk about his drug dealing days and his wild partying, and Felix can talk about killing people.
What time is it?
He probably made them a sandwich first. What was that? So it's October 2nd. The club is not open. As of now, it's still...
My dad's dead.
Oh, that's right. It's 5 years ago today. Sally's dad died.
October 2nd. You shouldn't celebrate people's, death day, so...
All right, well, you brought it up.
I know, but it still makes me a little
So
sad.
when's his birthday?
November 8th.
All right, so shut up and mention him on November 8th.
I'll wait a month.
Sorry, babe.
No, it's all right.
So yeah, it's October 2nd. I'm still slated to go on October 7th. That hasn't...
no one's told you the club isn't going to open that day?
So you may find me just out here in the parking lot, standing out there outside the gate. I'm here. I'm supposed to do
I
stand
want
up.
to be on stage.
Me? Oh, we talked about that, right?
Hey, Carol Miner.
Hi, Carol Miner. We talked about that yesterday. How a judge in Buffalo ruled it unconstitutional. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. What do we got? That's it? Are we done?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah.
we've complained enough.
We did. We went after everybody today.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a worse mood now though.
Well, I know what it is.
What?
You got into this complaining serious mode because it's raining out.
I hate rain.
Oh, Carol Miner asks if we saw the Billy Joel clothing line. I did see it. It's called the Downeaster Alexa. Does Billy need money?
This is a Billy Joel shirt.
Yeah, we talked about that right at the opening of our show. It was the first thing we said. That yesterday we both wore red. We looked like we were both in the same day camp. Now today, unplanned, I didn't even realize it until we got
We
here.
didn't plan yesterday either.
True, but I
just-
noticed it before we got here. Where today I didn't notice till we got here. Sally's wearing a Billy Joel related shirt, as am I. It's my Elio shirt.
What are we gonna wear Monday?
Nothing. Nude Mondays.
No nude Mondays.
Why not?
No.
That'd be
Well, especially
awesome.
it's getting chillier.
So what? Oh, yeah, that's even better.
Why?
Boing.
Oh my god.
So yes, Carol, I did see that. I don't know. Like, you know what? Maybe you know what? I'm not going to criticize Billy's clothing line because I think we mentioned it the other day. Throughout the COVID and everything being closed, you know, obviously the musicians, the comedians, the performers aren't working. Billy Joel is still paying his people. He's still giving them their monthly salaries. The band, the crew, his management, he is still paying them. So I am not, you know. So if he needs that clothing line to pay these people, that's fine. Maybe we should support it after all. When I first saw it, I was like, what the hell is this? Billy's selling out. No.
Well, I mean, you can understand. I don't know anything about this. Did he just like come out with clothes?
Yeah, he came out with a clothing line, you know, shirts
'Cause
and
when I was-
pants. It's called the Downeaster Alexa clothing line.
How many years ago were we talking to him?
That was probably
7 years ago?
6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, so we were in his motorcycle shop and we were talking to him. And as we were just talking about, you know, whatever stuff,
You were wearing that shirt.
and I was totally embarrassed because I didn't feel you.
Well, it was coincidence. We didn't plan on meeting Billy Joel that day.
And I just happened to throw on a T-shirt.
It was pure
And it
coincidence.
happened to be this, so I looked like this total dork, like I'm gonna go meet Billy Joel with my like Billy Joel shirt. Like I was like why didn't I have like an album from to sign too? Like I felt like a total idiot. And but I just happened to have the T-shirt on, so I had the T-shirt on, and all of a sudden he's like talking to me, and he's like, "Hey, I haven't seen that one before." Like meaning.
Well, I pointed it out to him.
Yeah, so like to his credit, like here, like wherever T-shirt Tony got this from, whoever you know threw it out there for him to buy for me, you know Billy Joel didn't see any money from it. They totally used his name.
Well, you never know. He might have.
No, he had no idea.
I actually said it to him.
He's like,
remember?
I've never seen that.
Right, and I said to him, he said, I've never seen that. I said, but I bet you've seen the checks from it.
And he goes, no.
No, he said probably. He said he chuckled. I made him chuckle, and he said, yeah, probably.
Okay.
And then I said, have you ever heard the song Cold Spring Harbor by Ken Pichelle? And he said, get out. Hate that song. I'm kidding. Now Felix is backtracking, by the way. Felix is now backtracking. The reason I said mob kids was because my school was known for that.
Ooh, he's gonna get whacked.
That's right. He already got a phone call. You fix that now.
Say it. There's no mob.
And if a teacher would molest one, they knew if found out it would be death most likely. Now have a good weekend. Right, see, he left. He got the phone call. Now he came back.
Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Dad. I know,
Sorry,
Dad. I know you've told me this 1,000 times.
He's got to kiss the ring. Douglas King is watching. Hello, Senator King. You two are just the cutest, says Carol.
Aw.
Taz is saying goodbye.
Bye,
Captain
Taz.
Jack is saying goodbye. All right, so everybody's saying goodbye. So we're gonna head out.
Yep.
Everybody have a great weekend. It's a yucky rainy day here today, but it's supposed to be a nice weekend if you're in our neck of the woods. Wherever you are, hope you have good weather and a good time. Thank you, Nikki. We love you too. Oh, she's saying that to Taz. All right, never mind. We don't love you.
We do.
Everybody have a great weekend. Hope it's a good one. We'll catch up with you guys on Monday. If you're in our area, come see us over there at White Post Farms.
Oh yeah.
It's in a town called Melville. It's right off it's about a mile north of the Long Island Expressway.
I'll
Easy
make
to
you
get
some
to.
Kettle corn.
Sally will make you some kettle corn. They have great food there. Some fun activities. They have an animal farm with giraffes and camels and cool animals. And I'll be there as well saying hi to everybody. So we're there all day, all weekend. So come on down. If you're not in the area, still have a great weekend. Please vote for Best of Long Island.
Doesn't take
BestOfLongIsland.com.
long
Takes
at
5
all.
minutes tops because you got to register. And,
Type in Bethpage vote, and then it brings you right to the site.
or Beth Page, Best of Long Island, that works. So we appreciate the support. Please, again, share our shows and tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at govsradio.com. So today is Friday. Is Domestic Disturbance on tonight?
Yes.
So it's Friday. Domestic Disturbance.
I'm sure they have a lot to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to that.
They're going to have a lot to say. That'll be a good show.
Yeah, that's at 9:30. And then Felix will be on Sunday at 11 a.m. And then Sally and I are back Monday at 11 a.m.
Okay.
So keep it locked at govsradio.com. Again, thanks for all the support and everything. Everybody have a great weekend. Look forward to seeing you Monday at 11. Bye, everybody.